Hi, I'm Dennis Cometti. It's a pleasure to welcome Matthew Richardson.
Thanks, Dennis. I've been looking forward to this one all week.
They're not playing for sheep stations today, but we're expecting a real clash in this practice match. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks great and everything is spelt correctly. Mind you, I'm the last man to ask. We have the toss of the coin. The Power kicking to the left of screen. The opening siren is moments away and you can feel the excitement building. Here we go. It's the Power versus the Eagles. Knocks it down in front. Guided down nicely by Questoff. Good tap from Gray. Controlled by McGovern. Handballs from the tackle. It's impossible to outplay an opponent you can't outthink. Think about that. Finding the running player. Chips it down towards half forward. He wins the contest. 45 metres out. Going for goal number 1. West Coast get a goal. Vardy gets the first goal of the match. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The bounce.
Ryder will give you a competitive contest in every hit-out, I can assure you of that. But the midfielders are going to have to work really hard to earn the centre clearances off his ruck work. Ryder can achieve anything he sets his mind to. The sky is the limit for this guy. Westhoff gets the goal. The scores are all tied up.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Claimed by Ryder. Wines taps it. He has the ball. He gives the ball away. He takes control of the loose ball. He's got the footy in his hands. Wines running off. He spends so much time on the bench this season, he probably gets his mail delivered there. Ryder thumps it forward. The bouncing ball is controlled. Powell Pepper. He controls the bouncing ball. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Distance could be the problem. Up with a pretty easy kick. Going for goal number 1. Football is not and never has claimed to be a fair game. Point the difference.
Schofield would like to think he hits all his targets, and for the most part, he does that. He gets boot to the ball. Motlop takes the mark. He steadies now in front of goal. Motlop goes for home. Perfect kick.
The Power by 7 points. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Ryder with the punch, guided by Watts. Able to grab it on the half volley. Gives it to the running man. Gets a handball away. That play is as high-tech as a campfire. Vardy lobs the pass. Marston has his head down now. Now that miss could prove costly. 2 goals will see West Coast in the lead.
Jonas can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match. Gives it to the running man, passes by hand. Vardy shoots for goal. West Coast trails to Power.
Jonas assesses his options now. He's just trying to find a loose man in the defensive 50. Lecrac with the mark. He kicks it. Perfect kick. Back in front goes the Eagles. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Nat Nui outstretches his opponent to win the ruck. He gets his hands on the footy. Oh, that's just giving the ball away. Paul Pepper gets the ball. Quick hands find the running player. He's done a Lady Gaga. He kept everyone guessing. As we go into the break, the scores are West Coast 14, the Power 13.
The Power need to think about making some changes before the game is lost. They should think about moving some forwards up to the stoppages, around the ground to congest the area and prevent the dominance we're seeing at the moment.
The scores were very high in that term. Time to see if there's anything interesting in amongst the stats.
West Coast appear relentless in their tackling with a total of 12, which is more than I can say for Port Adelaide on 4. Both teams near equal in terms of kicking stats. West Coast with 7 and Port Adelaide with 5. It doesn't get much closer than that.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Richo. The first break is finished and play is set to commence.
Winners don't wait for chances, they take them.
Tap by Nat Nui. Clean tap by Darling. Good tap from Boak. Well, yes, he is a bully, but he's not a mean bully. He's more a teacher, the kind of guy who'd take your lunch money and invest it for you. Wingard guides it. Nat Nui with the hit. Sneaks the ball away in time. Takes it well. Lining up the goal now. Chips it down towards half forward. Ryder claims the ball. This will certainly test him from this distance. He picks up the loose ball. Handballs to the running man. Gray cops it from behind. Dio with a clinical drop punt. Spilled by Gaff. Sockers the ball away. Sheed sockers it. Lucky bounce collected. Rockcliffe aims for his man on the ground. Gathers the ball. The loose ball picked up by Dio. Scoops up the ball. Gray kicks it. The contest, no match for him. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. Score for Power. Watt getting his first. The Power get back on top again. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. More bounce than a dodgy check. Good tap from Ryder. Paul Pepper picks up the bouncing ball. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. The ball in the hands of Vardy. Shuey tackles. He grabs it on the run. Shepherd sends it to open space. He runs into the goal, going for goal number 1. Shepherd just squeezes it over the line. He sinks his first goal. The Eagles steal back the lead.
Shepherd may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure.
Ryder wins the tap. Terrible timing by Vardy. Cleanly picked up. Tackle, but gets the handball off. Hearn pushes in the back like an old lady poking her umbrella at a wasp's nest. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark. Hearn with an easy mark. Dances around the boundary line. She was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. Kicks it. So well timed. Hutchings gets a less than pretty drop punt away. Great mark. Heads for the boundary line. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Good drop punt by Wines. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. A desperate kick there. Nice hands. Boots it. Well, it's half time. What have you got to say, Richard?
Part of the reason why West Coast, it's a really even, strong squad at half-time. Port Adelaide are tired and the competitive edge isn't there.
Let's see what the stats have to show.
The Eagles are really showing their domination in tackles with 22, but the Power have only managed 10. The stats show that both teams are practically kick for kick, with neither willing to let the other have a kicking advantage. Marks are fairly close on the scoreboard, with Port Adelaide on 9 and the Eagles on 6.
You always have that unique perspective on things, Richo. An interesting first half. Let's see how the third quarter pans out when we return from our halftime break. The third term is underway.
The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination.
Westhoff with the tap. Tap by Gav. The bouncing ball is controlled. Kicks. Dixon slams the ball onto his boot, trying to get it away as quickly as possible. He gains possession. He has the ball. Has it now. And the mark will be paid. Gav with the kick. Simply outplayed the opposition there. Booted by Cripps. That was all Hutchings.
Hutchings needs to do a little bit more work on his jumping. He can get some good height, but it's the timing that's not quite there. He grabs it. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up.
Naitanui takes a shot. That ball's travelling. What a goal from a mammoth kick. The first goal for Naitanui. That's 2 in a row for West Coast. West Coast by 7 points. The umpire has bounced the ball. Guided by Ryder. Shuey on the ball at the moment. Hits the running man. Casanova would have been jealous at that pickup. Jeddick slams the ball onto his boot, trying to get it away as quickly as possible. Kicks it. Wines gets a nice bump from Redden. Gets the ball free. Puts boot to ball. A great effort. West Coast get the free kick as it goes out on the full. Dixon off for Port Adelaide. Spears a low ball. Great grab. Slams it on the boot. McGovern from behind.
The Eagles haven't taken many inside 50 forward marks, and their ability to nail goals on the run is what's keeping them in front of Port Adelaide. Puts boot to ball. Redden marks the ball. He kicks the ball. Shuey with beautiful hands above the head. He really is a great target to kick to.
Puts boot to ball. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark. Nice mark there. Booted by Darling. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark. Puts boot to ball. Great hands. Darling. So close, but just misses. West Coast by 8 points. Jonas gets set to kick it back in. Strong mark by Pitta. As we go into the final break, the scores are the Eagles 27, Port Adelaide 19. Both coaches will be anxious, no doubt, to reinforce the importance of the last quarter's performance to their players.
Look, the power. The only way I see for them to overcome is to hang on.
Anything stands out there, Richo, with the stats?
The Eagles have 32 kicks on the board and Port Adelaide have 23, fairly close if you ask me. The Power and West Coast are very level on the possession count, which reflects the evenness of this contest.
Insightful, Richo. The pressure's on. It's the final quarter.
Never give up. Failure and rejection are only the first step to succeeding.
Finding the running player. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. My goodness, the wee ball has gone so high there'll be snow on that one when it comes down. He controls the bouncing ball. His stab kick once killed a small dog. I'm kidding. The dog was huge. Now this shouldn't be too hard for me. Going for goal number 1. He's having a ball, if you'll excuse the pun. But Adelaide can still catch up here. They're less than a goal down. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Ryder not even close to getting a hit out. He might have to take a leaf out of the Karate Kid and sweep the knee. Gets it away in the nick of time. He's got the head down as he charges home for goal. It's in the air. I can't believe it carried the distance. That's a great goal. The Eagles by 8 points. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Guided by Ryder, McGovern made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. Rockcliffe comes away with the ball. He gets another possession. There'll be a ball up in the centre square.
It's tapped down nicely. Shuey sharks the ball away. Good hand skills there. Gaff sends it out to open space. Clurry gets the intercept. Darling gets cleaned up. He steals the ball on the bounce. He runs into the goal. Lacroix gets the goal.
West Coast with a healthy gap on the scoreboard, leading Port Adelaide 39-25. Umpire bounces the ball. Ryder is a class above. I expect he'll continue to dominate Vardy. He boots it from the pack. Hearn gets the upper hand. Oh, something must have carried that. It's a lovely long kick. Kicks. Taken by Ebert. Kicked in a flurry. Rockcliffe couldn't keep his hands on it. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. Hearn says, no, I'm over here. He soccers it. Shuey slams it on the boot. He picks it up. Vardy taps. A desperate kick there. A favourable bounce. He gets his hands on the footy. A mark by Westhoff.
Westhoff's shown a lot of character with his recent performances. He boots it. That's a nice, strong mark. Ryder kicks for goal. Ryder, you beauty.
The Power trailing by less than 2 goals. They're still in this. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Here's the bounce. Guided down nicely by Ryder. He has the ball. Takes possession. A lot of possessions for him. Jeddick with the mark. Kicks. He has no trouble grabbing that one. Puts boot to ball. Marks. Here's a chance for Vardy. A monster kick will be required from here. Real disappointment for fans of Port Adelaide. Richo to wrap up the match.
I'm a great believer in luck, and I found the harder I worked, the luckier I got.
Insightful, Richo. Final scores are 39-31. That's all from us. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Richo. See you again next game.
It was great being here, Dennis. I can't wait for the next match.
Thanks for joining us. As always, it's been a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you back soon.